After 2 games at the Big A, the Freeway Series moves north. We are at Dodger Stadium to wrap up not only the Freeway Series, but also the 2017 Cactus League season. We welcome you inside Dodger Stadium and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas. Now, the Angels certainly have some decisions to make on the bullpen side of things. On the offensive side, pretty much settled with Luis Valbuena starting the season on the disabled list. I mean, C.J. Cron's going to get the starting nod at first base. Jeffrey Marte more than likely will make the team. But C.J. overall, great spring.
Yeah, Victor, when you think about it, he's improved over his 3 seasons at the major league level, and he's really carried in this spring training. He's hit the ball with authority to all fields, whether they're trying to sneak a fastball inside. He's done a great job as far as bringing his hands inside the baseball, the homer out the left field. But they've also tried going away well and consistent with it, whether it's breakables or fastballs away, and he's shown that power he has to right center field against the Dodgers at Camelback Ranch. He's also homered to center. Then on Friday night, on a break a ball down the lower part of the strike zone, he went down and got that, turned on and hit it in the left field for a 2 RBI single. So the impressive numbers, when you look at it, 314 batting average in spring training here, 4 home runs. But you look at the batting average, increases each season. The home run total, RBIs, doubles. He's seen the ball well, and he missed some time last year. Very streaky hitter, but I think what you're seeing from him this year in spring training alone, he is seeing the ball much better and driving the ball to all fields.
Well, there's no doubt the offense revolves around the top of the order, and more specifically Mike Trout and Albert Pujols, but they need a big season from C.J. Cron if they're going to contend here in 2017. We're going to step away for a moment. When we return to Dodger Stadium, we're going to talk about tonight's pitching matchup. Jesse Chavez, the Angels' 5th starter, gets a starting nod tonight. Series mentioned the pitching matchup going to break. Brandon McCarthy, the veteran, going up against the Angels' own veteran. Jesse Chavez is on the mound, the 5th starter for the Angels and the SoCal native.
Yeah, former teammates with Oakland and with the Dodgers. Jesse Chavez has thrown the ball very well so far in Camp Tuno with a very good ERA 2.51. Loves being in that rotation, much better career ERA as a starter as compared to a bullpen mate. McCarthy trying to stay healthy, has that good power sinker go along with his breakable and slider part of the rotation. for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Always your favorite game, right? The last one in spring training?
Definitely.
Ready to get
this a little bit bigger than normal. That helped me out. I know that.
Monday is opening day. We're just about ready for baseball here at Dodger Stadium. Sit back, relax. Going to bring you the lineups of the first pitch when we return. There's no better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com. And by Jerome's Furniture, home of Jerry's Price and proudly the official furniture store of Angels Baseball. Beautiful Saturday night for baseball here at Dodger Stadium, wrapping up the Freeway Series and spring training for 2017 before both teams kick off the regular season on Monday. Take a look at the lineup for Mike Scioscia tonight. Pretty much the lineup you will more than likely see on Monday in Oakland. Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout in the top third of the order. Pujols, Cronin, Maben in the middle third. Andrelton Simmons seeing action in the Freeway Series for the first time. He's batting seventh, and you've got Espinoza and Martin Maldonado on the mound. They are taking on the veteran, 33-year-old right-hander, native of Lamar, Colorado, by the name of Brandon McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy's fastball is going to be 90-95 range, so about 61% of his pitches are fastball. Cut fastball, curveball, good curveball, and changeup.
Looks like we are in a little bit of a delay here. McCarthy's ready to go, as is Yunel Escobar. But this is one of those games where everybody kind of is ready to go, raring to go to head up to Northern California. Defensively for the Dodgers, Tolles, Peterson, Puig from left to right, Turner, Seager, Forsythe, and Gonzalez in the infield from left to right, and Austin Barnes gets to start behind the plate.
And good to see Corey Seager back in that lineup and playing shortstop for the Dodgers. 149 starts at that shortstop position last year. 18 errors turned 67 double plays.
Still not sure what we're waiting for. I guess it's officially a 6:10 first pitch, and they're waiting until 6:10. Since everybody's ready to go, and we're on the tube, might as well get this game started. Told you everyone wants this game to get over with.
Certainly want to get it playing early, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're looking at the digital clock down the left field line. And now it's 6:10, so now you can start. Which I can understand if you were at commercial break and you're waiting for whether our broadcast or the Dodger broadcast to come back, but everyone was sitting here waiting for them. All right, McCarthy's ready. First one tonight is in there for a strike. Escobar, a season ago,
.304 batting average as the primary leadoff man for Mike Scioscia. We'll take another one. It's 0-2. And now didn't like that call. McCarthy last year, 10 games, 9 starts. Started the season on the disabled list. He had Tommy John surgery in April of 2015. So he was coming back from that. He also had a little hip injury, caused him to miss some time last year as well. Third season with the Dodgers.
He tried to run that little two-seamer underneath the hands of Escobar way out of the strike zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off. McCarthy's been around, originally a 17th round pick of the White Sox back in 2002. But as a member of the Dodgers, been a guy that has been hurt.
Anticipating having some healthy years out. Had that great second half, especially with the Yankees. They're going over from the Diamondbacks.
Dodgers 5th starter. And Escobar goes down swinging for the first one.
My Hyundai Key staying with that theme last one last time by Rondé. Last one as far as spring training, want to get those timing and swings together, stay healthy. That's the most important thing for both clubs, especially for Mike Scioscia's club, to be able to be healthy going up to Oakland, take on the A's starting on Monday, 4-game set.
There's Cole last night, a 1-for-4 game. Fouled this one off the left.
Not unusual for Cole to be aggressive early in the counts when you look at his numbers. It's a fastball first pitch, 395. Off-speed pitch, 391.
Foul tip. A 0-2 count. McCarthy not wasting any time and just coming right after hitters. What do you want to take away from your last start at spring training?
And I was even asking this earlier today with Jesse Chavez, who's going to be taking the mound for the Angels. You just want to just fine-tune all of your pitches.
A little flare out to shallow left, and that's going to fall in for a base hit.
And as a hitter, you're just trying to get your timing down. You want to make sure you're able to utilize the other part of the field as much as possible. But as a pitcher, you're just trying to get a feel for all those pitches. You're not necessarily worried about numbers. You don't want to give up hits. You just want to feel healthy. You want to have a feel for your off-speed especially.
Smattering of boos here at Dodger Stadium as the 2-time American League MVP is introduced.
That's when you know you're good. You're getting booed at other stadiums.
A little chopper toward third. Turner goes to second. It's the only play they're going to get.
And we've seen that quite a bit in spring training. For Trout being aggressive on the first pitch. Last year hit over 600 when he put that first pitch in play. Didn't do that a lot early in his career.
Two outs and a man on, and here's Albert Pujols. On the verge of a couple of milestones. 9 home runs shy of 600. The season kicks off on Monday. The other milestone, 3,000 hits.
Yeah, 175 hits away, had 159 hits last season for Albert Pujols.
Breaking pitch, skied to left. Tolles back on it is there. Halos are done here in the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first at Dodger Stadium with no score. We'll take a look at Dave Roberts' starting lineup for the finale of this Freeway Series. Andrew Tolles will lead things off and play left. Corey Seager in the lineup for the first time of the series. He's the shortstop. Justin Turner at third. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Logan Forsythe drops down to the 5-hole. He's at second. Yasmani Grandal is the DH. Jock Peterson at center. Yasiel Puig right, and Austin Barnes batting ninth and doing the catching. Both teams, even though we're in a National League ballpark, agreeing to use the DH tonight. They are taking on Jesse Chavez, a Southern California native, and the newly named fifth starter for the Angels. He'll get the nod on the home opener next Friday against the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, fastball he will cut and sink. Fastball 88 to 93 range. He'll throw a slider, cut fastball, curveball, and a split finger changeup. He's throwing the ball very, very well here in camp at this point. 2-0 with a 2.51 ERA.
33 years of age. First one's out towards center field. It'll chase Trout back. He'll put it away. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of the first. And we'll check out the Angels defensively behind Chavez. Maben's in left. Trout is in center. Calhoun in right. The infield with Escobar and Simmons on the left side. Espinosa and Crone on the right, and Maldonado behind the plate.
Man, it's good to see Simba back playing that shortstop position. Over the last 4 seasons, 112 defensive runs saved. Tops in baseball. Closest one to him, 84 runs saved. Phenomenal shortstop.
Corey Seager takes a strike. What a rookie campaign this young man had last year. Unanimous National League Rookie of the Year. He'll hit one out to left field. Just a terrific all-around player. 1 out single.
Well, if we're not getting a whole lot of at-bats in spring training dealing with some injuries, that's a pretty good swing on a pitch. A decent pitch, too, from Jesse Chavez. See location, Maldonado setting up away. He's hitting that target. It's a little bit higher than he probably wanted. He wanted that sinker to go down a little lower. But a perfect swing from Seager going the other way for a base hit. Special player.
Justin Turner takes a strike. Back at his normal third base. 27 home runs, 90 RBIs last year. A chance at DH last night. Homered, ended up going 1 for 3. He'll drive this one out toward left center field. Towering shot. Maben and Trout going back onto the track, and that one's gone. A 2-run home run by Justin Turner. The Dodgers have a 2-0 lead.
Turner has followed up his big year last year with a great spring so far, coming into the game, 385 batting average. He is crushing the baseball. Fastball, wanted to go to the outside part of the plate, drifts over the middle part of the plate, upper part of the zone, and gets it out to left center field. And the one thing about Jesse Chavez, he is around the strike zone. He is not allowed to walk in spring training, at least in the games when he's not down in minor league camp. So he's around the strike zone as a hitter. You're looking for a strike and you're going to be aggressive. That was up in the zone, and that's why that ball was hit out.
Looked like Jesse thought that perhaps that ball had more carry than he anticipated off the bat. Gonzalez in the hole at 0-2. Off speed, rolled over by Gonzalez. Crone will take it himself. 2 outs.
Second baseman, number 11, Logan Forsythe.
It's got to be difficult, I would imagine, for a guy that hits the kind of gotten to a point where he throws so many strikes to kind of get a hitter to think about something else. Because, you know, as a hitter, that's, you know, the numbers, you see them, especially in scouting reports. You're looking for a certain zone because he's going to be there. He's not going to be what they call effectively wild.
Yeah, but the one thing he does well, Victor, I think he pitches inside. He'll effectively throw that pitch a little bit off that inside corner just to keep the hitters honest. Because when you're around the strike zone all the time, hitters get comfortable. When guys are wild on the mound, they're never comfortable in that batter's box. And if you notice, his pace, extremely fast worker also. Obviously, as a defense behind you, love when you see a pitcher aggressive.
This one's out toward right center field. Calhoun calling for it. There's the third out. Justin Chavez allows a 2-run home run to Justin Turner, and the Dodgers have the early lead. Leading things off for the Angels. Mentioned in the open the terrific spring that he has had. Able to keep his head on straight, especially with really uncertainty. The Angels picking up Valbuena, signing up to a 2-year deal. You're kind of wondering, you know, where do I fit in here? But he has just gone about his business and
continued to improve defensively, also along with his swing.
Breaking pitch, and that's lifted out to shallow right field. Forsythe going out, but Puig will call him off.
You know what? Interesting thing, after the inning for Jesse Chavez walking off the mound and Martin Maldonado, words of encouragement. The most important thing is you're getting your work in. That fastball drifted out over the plate. That's exactly what he was telling him going back into that dugout. Talk about that leadership skills for Maldonado. Very, very good. We talk about that power arm he has, its ability to frame pitches, but also the communication he's had in the rapport with his pitching staff has been outstanding.
Cameron Maybin takes outside. One for 2 last night. Halos took the opener of the Freeway Series on Thursday, and then the Dodgers evened things up last night. Three balls, no strikes. Be curious to see the aggressive nature that the Angels have possessed on the base paths this spring, whether or not they're able to carry it over and force the issue come the regular season.
Yeah, Victor, I think when you look at teams that have been successful under Mike Scioscia, he's always had teams that have been aggressive. And he's just not going to run just for the sake of running. When you think about what they've done, over 50 stolen bases in spring training at this point. They're going to be aggressive because they have the guys now on the team, like a Cameron Maybin, Ben Revere, Mike Trout. Even Danny Espinosa can steal some bases. Cole Calhoun will run a little bit more so. And we can never count out Albert Pujols. He always seems to mix in some stolen bases.
Missed outside. They wanted appealing, did not go. So Maben works the walk. Hey, get your red on to become a season seat holder to enjoy exclusive benefits and the same seats all season long at the greatest value. Visit angels.com/season seats or call 888-796-HALO for more information. One out, one on, and Andrelton Simmons at the plate. Terrific season for Andrelton last year. First with the Angels. Behind in the count at 0-2. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Always important to have Simmons back, a guy that can make a lot of contact. Doesn't swing and miss a lot. 281 batting average last season. Utilize that middle of the field, goes the other way very effectively.
Foul back. Keeps his at bat alive. Simmons has been dealing with a sore back. Maben over at first, and the emergency hack there to keep the at bat alive. I love it.
And he's smiling, looking in the dugout too with that swing. Almost in the catcher's mitt. Almost got catcher's interference on that one.
What's he trying to be, Hideki Matsui?
I think so. Jacoby Ellsbury's pretty good at that also.
Yep. Maben's on the move. A little bouncer through the right side. Cameron keeps on running to third.
Well, that answered your question, Victor. You mentioned early in this inning about how aggressive they're going to be. Knowing that Simmons puts the ball in play, very difficult to strike out. Maben, a big jump. Forsythe going to cover the base, and a lot of room on that right side of the infield. Didn't try to do a lot with it. Just hit it on the ground. Gets a base hit, first to third.
So the Halos have runners at the corners with 1 down. Down 2-0 here in the second. Last night, 1 for 6 with men in scoring position throughout the series, 3 for 9. Danny Espinosa at the plate. Career high 24 home runs, 72 runs batted in last season with the Nationals. Breaks his bat, little slow roller, should bring home a run. McCarthy gets the out at first. Maben scores. And the Dodgers lead is now 2-1.
Hey, way to play ball, man.
And we talked about it in the past, that manufacturing run got jammed and that cut fastball in, but still able to get a run home because of that aggressive running by Maben to go first and third, going on a hit and run with Simmons at the plate.
So time run at second base, 2 outs now. And Martin Maldonado. A lot of movement on that sinking fastball from McCarthy.
And Lake Chavez will pitch inside to both lefties and righties. Although his cut fastball in against lefties, the 2-seam fastball in against right-handed batters.
Breaking ball drops it in there. That was a nasty pitch from McCarthy when he first got to the big leagues with that White Sox 12-6 curveball.
That was his bread and butter pitch for a long period of time. That is the one danger on an 0-2 pitch to throw a cut fastball, especially against a right-handed batter. It's going to work its way towards the barrel of the bat. Got away with that one. That was a lot of the plate. He threw that cutter to, and Maldonado just a little bit late on it.
Maldonado will go down swinging. Barnes applies the tag, and that'll do it for the Angels. Although they get one of those runs back, we'll head to the bottom of the second with the Dodgers up 2-1. Dodger Stadium. Take a look at the hot upcoming schedule. Mentioned opening days on Monday. The Angels will open with a 4-game series in Oakland, 3 night games and a day game before kicking off their home schedule on Friday night against the Seattle Mariners.
Weather looks like it's going to be good up in Oakland. Originally thought maybe be some rain on Thursday, but it looks like it's going to be perfect.
Grandal, Peterson, and Puig here in the second inning for the Dodgers, facing Jesse Chavez. Switch hitting catcher, a lot of power, 27 home runs last year. Halos play him to pull. The shift is on. Snowballs and 2 strikes.
And one thing you'll notice from Jesse is the fact that he will give up his fair share of fly balls. He'll throw that 4-seamer upstairs. And also his bread and butter as far as getting ground is that little 2-seamer going down and away. Cut fastball, very good against lefties. Also mixing that curveball too, and change up and split. So happy to be part of the rotation. Jesse Chavez, 5th starter in this rotation. When you look at his ERA as far as a starter career-wise as compared to the bullpen, 3/4 run less as a starter as compared to pitching out of the bullpen.
Good rip at a high fastball.
And I like what Maldonado did. He set that target up high, hit the target. Now you have options. You can throw something off speed, go down and away, or run another 2-seamer in and go off speed.
This one shot towards short. That's where Escobar's playing with the shift on, and a nice play on that short hop. Retires Grandal for the first out.
Center fielder number 31, Jock Peterson.
Jesse Chavez right back pointed towards Escobar, saying nice play. It is normal, used to be normal shortstop position made the play on that one. Tough hop.
See more and more hitters, especially with the shift being applied on pitch-by-pitch basis, taking that little pitch right there and just trying to punch it the other way. Even Seager did it early on, a little sinking fastball from Jesse.
Saw
But the
with
hitters
Cole
are starting to
Calhoun.
adjust.
Yes, and you would think at some point they would. You see more and more guys try to push a bunt down the third base line if you're a left-handed batter. That's a perfect pitch. That just missed, but that's still a perfect pitch from Chavez. That two-seamer running away.
Yes, school of thought. A lot of times, especially with the hitters ahead of the count, you can get them on an off-speed pitch. Those pull hitters that you played shifts on, off-speed away, and they usually just roll over it. Now they just kind of they'll flip it. It will inside out, flip out toward left field.
And just let it travel a little bit deeper in the strike zone. Don't try to do a lot with it, especially when you're in a pitcher's count as compared to a hitter's count.
Two balls, two strikes on Jock Peterson, native of Palo Alto, California. 5 home runs this spring.
In the past, and these are the counts for Chavez, where he's throwing a lot of fastball. About 76% of the time, he'll throw a fastball on a 2-2 count. Tried that one, muscled up on that one, well out of the strike zone.
Yasiel Puig on deck. Justin Turner with a 2-run home run in the first. The Angels got one back at the top of the second. This one's out toward left. 2 down. There's a perfect example of a guy's a dead pull hitter when he first came up to the big leagues.
Yasiel Puig.
Trying to salvage the at-bat.
Yeah, exactly. One of those longer swings, too. A power swing from Peterson, but he stayed back on that one, too. That was a pretty good pitch. Well, there's nothing that frustrates a pitcher more than when you have a hitter at the plate that has coverage and can hit the ball the other way against you. No matter how good a hitter you are, if you're pulling everything, you know in your mind you can make a quality pitch and you're going to get him out. But when you see a hitter staying back, letting the baseball travel and hit the ball hard the other way, you know you have to make a quality pitch after that. Each and every one of them really get those hitters out.
Two balls and a strike. Puig spent some time at AAA last year after being demoted. Seemed to turn things around while at Oklahoma City. He'll drive this one out toward left. Maben pulls up. This one's off the wall. Puig's on his way to second. And it's a double with 2 outs here in the second inning.
Pretty good sound off the bat for Puig. Tries to go a fastball in. A little bit more of the plate than he wanted to. He did a good job as far as bringing his hands inside that baseball for Puig. Real good angle to see how he was able to do so. Got the barrel of the bat on that baseball and rocketed it off the wall in left center.
There's Austin Barnes to start tonight behind the plate. The pride of Riverside Poly High School. Hit .295 last year at AAA with 6 home runs and 39 runs batted in. They're looking to strike. Thought that pitch was close, didn't you?
Yeah. We would talk a lot about that upper strike being called in the zone as compared to the low strike. A pretty good pitch from Jesse Chavez. It's a good changeup split, too. Again, that's not exactly where the catcher catches it. It's crossing the plate. That's a good pitch, too, in the lower part of the strike zone. A couple close misses for Chavez. Now those catchers get all the calls. at the plate.
Had nothing to do with the pitcher hitting his spots, right?
No. Umpires always protecting those catchers, especially those baseballs in the dirt, keeping in front so they don't get hit with those wild pitches.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Puig standing at second. Full count. Jesse a little bit upset with himself. That's one thing we've noticed throughout his career. We've watched him wearing another team's uniform. He is very aggressive, intense, and wants to come after you every single time.
Great competitor. We've always been big fans of the way he goes out and competes.
Came up with Pittsburgh. He's pitched with the Braves, the Royals, the Blue Jays twice, the Oakland A's. Briefly with the Dodgers last year. Started the season with Toronto and get traded to Los Angeles.
Yeah, we saw Charles Nagy. He has a lot of good things to say about Jesse Chavez and the way his routine is.
Barnes hits one out to center field. Little Chase Trout going back into his left, and he'll track it down for the third out. So a two-out double stranded in scoring position. Dodgers still up 2-1 as we head to the third. Stadium. I want to remind you to get your red on this season and create memories with your friends and family. Angels Baseball is great family fun for everyone. For only $44, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks with the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack. Just go to angels.com/fun pack for more information.
The old fun pack is back.
Top of the order for the Halos: Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout to face Brandon McCarthy. 2 strikeouts and a walk, 2 hits allowed. Escobar's 0 for 1. He punched out to start the game. It's a line to center field. It's a leadoff single.
Pretty good sound off the bats here tonight.
Number 56, Cole Calhoun.
Another line drive right back up the middle for, Escobar.
But as a pitcher, you're not fond of the acoustics.
No,
you don't want the loud bat sounds.
Only
right?
the sound of the catcher's
mitt.
Yes, especially there at Target Field in Minnesota. That limestone all around the field.
You wanted to hear the pop in the bullpen right before you finished warming up, right?
This bullpen down here, you feel like you're throwing 500 miles an hour down here. As a visiting, or probably the same thing on the other side with the Dodgers, but on the visiting side, it really feels like you're throwing the ball hard down there because of the sound.
And there's some catchers that can mess with the pitcher.
Yeah,
and
somehow
know not to catch it in the pocket.
silencers.
Yeah, the silencers. Exactly.
I had one catcher, I won't mention his name, but had one of those silencers. I said, "Am I throwing all right?" He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I don't even hear anything." Take away that silencer.
No balls, 2 strikes on Cole, who had a base hit in the first. Come on, you can tell us who it was. Mike McFarland. Bob Melvin.
I'll say Bob Melvin. Yeah, we'll get on him because we see him in a couple of days up there in Oakland.
Cole goes down on the off-speed pitch. 1 away. 3rd strikeout for Brandon McCarthy.
Good curveball. Starts up around the belt. Ends up towards the dirt. 12-6 break. Cole last year when he's behind in the count, especially against a curveball, had a tough time batting average below 100 on those curveballs and those counts.
Trout got jammed, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Odds are pretty good of Trout breaking that team record of 6 All-Star game appearances.
Yeah, it's a good shot at that.
Don't want to go out on a limb or anything. One. I
think it's worthy of a challenge for you to do so. Just go out on a limb on that one.
Literally go out on a limb.
As
Outside
a
the
matter
booth
of
here.
fact, right now.
Here at Dodger Stadium. You think this thing would hold me? Not so much.
No. But it's all about the effort, though.
That's all. As I'm flailing going down into the seats. It was a great effort.
I'll catch you.
2-1 count. Good hitters count for Trout. Escobar with a leadoff single standing at first. Again, in on the hands. Trout chases. He thought that pitch hit the ground as he fouled it.
Yeah, he said he foul tipped that. You heard something, whether it was a ball in the dirt.
Well, there's no doubt he fouled it. Are they saying that he didn't foul it?
Well, the baseball certainly hit the dirt.
No challenge for Mike Scioscia. Good call. It's a spring training game. And the last one. Back-to-back strikeouts for McCarthy. There's Albert. Fly ball to left. His first inning at bat.
A lot of room on that right side of the infield for Albert Pujols. The shift on against him. And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia. With Albert Pujols at the plate, talked about those numbers. 591 career home runs, 9th, 20th all-time in RBI at 1,817 extra base hits at 7th, and 602 doubles, 15th all-time for the machine. Good count right here for Albert to look and sit fastball.
Two and one. Like McCarthy, even though it said 92, it looked like he almost choked off that sinker. Have that giddy up on it.
You remember he used to really throw a ton of two-seamers. He's throwing a lot more cut fastballs, four-seam fastballs to go along with his two-seamer.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Had to go fastball away.
Yeah, Albert last year, 313 batting average on that 2-2 count when he got a fastball. Struggled against the breaking ball. All speed pitches, 136 on the 2-2 count. Surprised McCarthy went with a fastball. Looked like it surprised Albert a little bit late on that one. Anticipating something off speed.
And that is out toward left field, and the Angels are going to be in the lead. Pujols with a huge home run out to left. 3-2 Halos.
Going right back to another fastball in that 2-2 count. Talked about that batting average for Albert. Over 300. Baseball went a long way. The machine. Looked like you want to be a cut fastball. Think about a cut fastball. If you get underneath that cutter, it slides out over the plate. That's exactly what happened, and Albert hit that one way out to left field. Wow, that went a long way.
C.J. Cron takes inside. Albert picking up Calhoun and Trout. C.J. 0 for 1 with a fly ball to right in the second. That's out toward left field. We'll stay in the ballpark though. Tolles comes in and toward the line, puts it away for the 3rd out. The Angels get 2 runs off the bat of Albert Pujols, his 3rd home run of the spring, putting the Angels in the lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Three-two here at Dodger Stadium, wrapping up the Freeway Series, and it's our pleasure to welcome in Angels pitching coach Charles Nagy, who's kind enough to join us from the dugout. I know you're busy right now, especially watching Jesse Chavez pitching his 3rd inning. What have you?
And I'm in harm's way, by the way.
Well, you're fine with your
cat-like reflexes.
Yeah, we know you can multitask so well.
That's why I'm here.
Hey, how's the spring been for you with so many new faces and arms and having to evaluate and kind of sort things out, getting ready for Monday?
It's been a good spring. I mean, getting some guys back on the mound. Getting Garrett back out there and Cam Bedrosian back out there after some injuries, and just getting Matt Shoemaker on the mound after what happened to him last year. That was big this early in spring, and then the other guys just, we got some good veteran guys like Jesse Chavez, who's on the mound tonight. Ricky Nolasco we got last year. Just phenomenal guys, and they know how to pitch and they know what they're doing. So it's been fun. It's been fun to watch and just talk pitching with them.
Yeah, Charles, I talked to Rick and Velasco quite a bit of late about the fact is that two-seamer, you got him to bite into that sinker to be able to throw more of those and get a lot of quick outs. How hard was that, especially when you mentioned being a veteran, to get him to bite into that?
It wasn't so hard. I mean, you just talk to them, and then once they go out and they execute and they do it and they see the results of it, then it's just part of what they do. And Ricky, you know, we talked to him early last year about what we think is going to make him successful, and he went out and he pitched that way for a little bit, and then that's just the way he pitched the rest of the season, and the numbers show that. And the numbers just, you know, reinforced what we were talking to him about. So, yeah, we're excited about Ricky going, having a full season of Ricky Nolasco this year.
Charles, how's Tyler Skaggs looked to you? It just seemed there were some decisions to be made. And obviously, the strength thing early on in camp. But what you saw from last year and what you've seen so far this spring and your expectations of the left-hander this season.
Tyler's been throwing the ball well as of late. He, you know, a little slow at the beginning. He had to skip a turn, and then he came back and he's been throwing the ball really well. Just excited. He got up to 90 pitches the other day, so the stamina's there. He felt really good coming out of that start. So Tyler's got all the pitches. He's got the full package. Now it's just getting him out there and just putting starts together and getting in a good rhythm every fifth day.
Charles, you mentioned a number of guys from Garrett Richards, a Shoemaker, to Tyler Skaggs, guys coming back from injuries. How hard as a pitching coach is it just to make sure they just stay under control? Some days you feel really good and maybe they overthrow, but just to make sure they stay within the mechanics to alleviate that that chance of any injuries coming back.
It's just making sure they get their work in and that they're prepped when they go out there, and that you just don't overstretch them or overuse them. That's what. We have pitch inning limits early on in camp, and we just got to, stay in our little box. And, you go out the first time out, you throw 2 innings, 30 pitches, and you work up after that, and you just keep building. That's what spring training is all about, and you get to a point when you're ready to go, 90 to 100 pitches, and that's where Tyler's at right now.
Charlie, we appreciate the time, man. I know we got you at a bad time, but thanks for sitting down. That's it.
Well,
if you want to stay, we'll keep you.
I want to know about your golf game. How's that going?
I played twice this spring, so it was a lot of fun, and things are okay.
Gibby's been talking a lot of smack, ready to take your money or something like that.
No.
That's fine. I mean, he wouldn't be the only one I've given money to over the years. So I just try not to swing and miss or get jammed on the golf course.
Jammed.
So.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go.
But it happens every now and then.
Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Charlie.
Bye.
Charles Nagy, the Angels pitching coach. Watching Jesse Chavez closely. This one's ripped to left field, a base hit. So Seager and Turner have Jesse Chavez's number. 2 for 2. Each guy is 2 for 2. And here comes Adrian Gonzalez with 2 on and 1 out. Chavez 1 strikeout, no walks, 4 hits allowed now.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Pardon me, 5 hits allowed.
Boy, Turner is locked in and ready for the season over against the Padres for the Dodgers coming up on Monday. And Seager, a couple hits going the other way. Dave Roberts, NL Manager of the Year last season. Whole different lineup when he has Corey Seager back in the lineup for the Dodgers.
In on the hands enough on Gonzalez. Time up.
And that's one thing Jesse will do. He will ride that fastball upper part of the strike zone. But the danger with that pitch, because it's going to be 90, 92 range, if it drifts down, that's when it becomes a hittable pitch. Similar to one that Turner hit out in the first inning.
Ground ball towards short. Simmons, Tespinoza. Over to Crow. Inning-ending double play. 3 complete here at Dodger Stadium. The Angels up 3-2. As we start the fourth, wrapping up the Freeway Series, take a look at the line so far for Jesse Chavez. 45 pitches, 3 innings, 5 hits, one of which was a home run to Turner, 1 strikeout and no walks.
What an excellent pitch he threw to Gonzalez, a little splitter, going down and away off the end of the back. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Little fist pump after the inning for him. Again, look at the number, 0 walks again. 0 walks in camp at this point. A lot of strikes being thrown by Jesse Chavez. With that, a lot of good defensive plays being made behind him.
New pitcher on for the Dodgers. It's Brandon Morrow. 18 games last year with the Padres. Second appearance for him in this series. Pitched Thursday night, going 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 runs. Maben, Simmons, and Espinosa for the Angels here in the fourth. Maben with a walk and a run scored. That was in the second inning. And there for a strike. Brandon McCarthy, by the way, went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, including the Pujols home run. 4 strikeouts, a walk, 3 runs all earned. His last spring tune-up. Back up the middle, Maben's on board with a single.
Good swing on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. That's the type of swing that Dave Hansen, Paul Sorrento want to see out of Cameron Maben. Use that middle of the field. Good fastball, hard of the plate, didn't try to pull it, lines it right back up the middle. Good smooth swing from Cameron Maben.
There's Simmons about a base hit in the second. Just that high fastball.
The same combination with Maben at first and Simmons at the plate. Worked the hit and run perfectly. On first to third on a single to the right side of the infield when Forsythe covered the base. With Maben on the move.
Maben's on the move. Simmons a swing and a miss. No throw from Barnes, so stolen base for Cameron.
That's a real big jump. Easily slides in there with a stolen base. 5th spring training, 52nd stolen base for the Angels this spring.
Popped him up. Not going to be able to advance Maben from second base. Gonzalez puts it away for the first out.
Number 3, Danny Espinosa.
So man in scoring position for Danny Espinosa. Picked up an RBI via the ground out in the second. Down and in.
And very similar with Cameron Maben. Dave Hansen, Paul Sorrento want Danny Espinosa also to utilize that middle part of the field. They don't want to take away his power. He had 24 home runs last season for the Nationals, but still use that middle of the field. Generally, home runs are on mistake pitches. You can still adjust on a mistake pitch, but think in terms, big part of the field, better chance to get a hit. Paul Sorrento.
Three-zero count. But Paulie is after it. The minute he gets in the yard, that early hitting group down in the tunnel.
Joking around in spring training, he was there by 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning every single day in Tempe.
Called it a strike. Espinosa thought he had drawn the walk. It's 3-1. Martin Maldonado's on deck.
High fastball, 96. Barnes brings it back, gets the call.
Full count.
Yeah, Danny Espinosa would love that location again with a fastball. Inner half of the plate, that zone where a left-handed batter will love to do some damage to it.
He takes a called strike 3. 2 down.
Martin Maldonado coming to the plate. I'll show you what he does defensively, and it's certainly worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. His defensive skills outstanding, where he's setting up the target. Tony Pena get down, lower target. Jesse Chavez hits it right there on that on a little split finger fastball. A great target set, whole body down low to make sure that he doesn't miss upstairs with that pitch.
May have been trying to go to third. Boy, nice play by Barnes. I'm not sure Turner applied the tag. Regular season, maybe you see a review. Although Scioscia's out on the warning track. Gonna take a look at it, I guess. The ball certainly beat him there. I'm just not sure if it was like one of those phantom tags.
Yeah, the ball and the glove right there. Hands in before the tag's made, though.
It looks like Scioscia's going to challenge it.
It certainly looked like his hand got on that base before the tag was applied.
So this play under review. Nice play by Barnes, though, to get that ball out of the dirt and fire it over to third. He threw a strike,
quick
too.
Transfer and throw. The slide. Looks like that left hand gets in before the tag is applied for sure. And he keeps the hand contact, foot on the base, never off the base. I think this should be pretty quick.
What makes that play so hard for a third baseman is that momentum is carrying his body beyond the base into foul territory. So you get a throw that's basically behind you that you got to try to apply the tag and or try to reach for an arm.
and you're keeping it out there as you see a runner coming in. That's what Maben can do. He's got some outstanding athletic skills, able to get that hand in there.
Call is overturned.
Overturned. The runner is safe at third base.
So Maben's at third base on the wild pitch. Maldonado with a 1-0 count. Again, it's not, like I said, it's not an easy play for a third baseman. If you look at where their position, especially with a right-handed batter, you have to stay at home until you see the ball cross the plate.
That's the hot corner there. You're pretty close.
That's why I think anytime you see something like that, you base runner, try the swim move. It's so tough, momentum-wise, to keep that glove there. Maldonado, a swing and a miss, 1-1.
Boy, it's fun to watch Cameron Maybin play, though. Great speed, great instincts. Talk about his defense already, now playing that defense in left field. But his speed alone, go back to the first run of the game for the Angels. Works a walk, goes on a hit and run by Simmons, easily goes to third, and scores on a ground out by Espinoza. Here this inning has a stolen base after a base hit. Goes to third on that wild pitch. That's why it's always important to get to third base, because that pitch in the dirt gets away from a catcher. You manufacture a run that way with your speed.
Two balls, two strikes. The Angels have J.C. Ramirez ready to go on the pen. Chavez may be done after his 3 innings. Martin down swinging, and the inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Angels still on top. Beautiful night here in Los Angeles. The Freeway Series continues with the Angels leading at 3-2. Jesse Chavez back out to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Although J.C. Ramirez is back up in the bullpen, so we'll see how far Jesse goes. Forsythe, Grandal, and Peterson for the Dodgers. There's J.C.
Who was in that conversation as far as the battle for the 5th spot himself.
Forsythe 0 for 1 with a fly ball to right. Chavez, 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 strikeout. He gets the ball against the Seattle Mariners next Friday night to kick off the home schedule.
And working extremely quick. Painting that outside corner with that 91-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's one of those pitches where Maldonado got that call. That was a little bit off the corner. Talk about that frameability. He's kept his glove there, quiet hands. Got that call because of his ability to do so.
Foul tipped into the mid. Down goes Forsythe, 1 away.
And that comes down to, this is a perfect pitch once again from Chavez, but really it was the pitch before. It was a borderline pitch. Maldonado got the call for it. As a hitter, you expand your zone a little bit more, so you're kind of looking away after that pitch and runs that one in and gets a swing and miss. Again, credit Maldonado for a great job as far as the pitch before. Trying to set that target up, cut fastball.
Count evens at 1-1. Grandal the DH tonight. Both teams using the designated hitter. He's grounded out his first up bat.
That low target once again to Tony Pena, where he's at the low center of gravity to keep down, make sure that pitch, that splitter is going to be downstairs. Pretty good sequence. You throw a splitter going away, you try to do a backdoor cut fastball. Just missed on that one though.
Two balls and two strikes to Yasmani Grandal. Will flare out toward right center field, and that is going to fall in for a hit.
Pretty good indication how strong Grandal is. Not a bad pitch from Chavez, but strong enough to fight that into right center field and fall in for a base hit. As an outfielder, you got to respect his power. But strong enough to fight that one in and get a base hit out of it.
Peterson to center fielder, fly ball to left in his first at bat.
J.C. Ramirez warmed up and ready to go. More than likely, last batter. Chavez probably tried to get around that 60 pitch mark.
Gets an extra day before his first start.
Yeah, I asked him today what's he think about as far as how many pitches he's going to throw. He said he was able to stretch it out his last time out there. Got over 90 pitches thrown. So it's more just fine-tuning some pitches today and comfortable enough to be able to be strong enough. Even though he will have an extra day going next time out on Friday, the home opener against Seattle.
You throw two bullies between now and then?
Yeah. I would.
A real one, then a...
Yeah. A little bit, just about 30, 40 pitches.
This one down towards center and a base hit. Back-to-back hits for the Dodgers as Grandal advances to second. Socha at the top step. And that's going to be it for Jesse Chavez. Ends up going 3 1/3 tonight. He'll depart with a lead and a couple of men on base. J.C. Ramirez will be called upon here to kind of clean up this inning. We're in the 4th. Angels up Goes to Martinsville. Last year, Kyle Busch had a dominating performance. Now a field of front bumpers and hungry drivers will be looking to knock off the defending track winner. Coverage begins at 9:30 a.m. Pacific as NASCAR takes center stage on FS1. J.C. Ramirez takes over for Jesse Chavez, who ended up going 3 1/3, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs both earned. He's responsible for the 2 men on base.
JC did a real nice job last year for the Angels. He's thrown the ball very well in spring, especially when in the first couple of innings, 2-3 innings, as he tried to stretch it out as far as being a potential starter. There's some trouble when he got in that 4th or 5th inning, but his curveball has been very good to go along with his 95-mile-an-hour fastball plus slider and split.
Grandal at second, Peterson at first. Yasiel Puig at the plate. He laced a double off the fence in left field, his first AB. He'll go chasing the first one.
And he was patient at first. The bat took the first 2 pitches. He was ready to go, and that slider, but good location from J.C. Ramirez.
Did not go.
Boy, sure looked from our angle that he went with that one.
Lifted out to center field, not very deep. 2 down.
Trout doing a nice job of getting behind that fly ball to center just in case. Grandal, Elo is not more than likely going to try to advance, but it's still it's practice for Trout. You want to get yourself in position, a good throwing position, to catch it on your throwing side to be able to throw quickly into third base.
Ramirez to face Austin Barnes with 2 outs, 2 on. Good breaking ball from JC. Picked up from the Cincinnati Reds last year. What a fine, terrific arm. Native of Nicaragua.
And his curveball has been very effective in spring. His split's been there, slider, same thing, but his fastball, especially when it's the lower part of the strike zone with movement, been very effective. He's got a 97-mile-an-hour 2-seam fastball, as you can see right there on that one.
Good breaking ball. 1 and 2.
Well, did a real nice job as far as mechanics on that throw. Good slider, didn't overthrow. The front shoulder stayed in there very well. Hit his spot. And that flexibility out of the bullpen for Mike Soch now can give him innings.
Nice block by Maldonado. Anticipating and keeping in front of him.
It's not easy to block a slider like that in the dirt also. See the spin well in front of the plate. Squared up that shoulder very well. Keeps the glove down. See J.C. Ramirez driving towards the plate. Front shoulder on that one. A little bit more so than the pitch before opened up. That's why you see that slider in the dirt.
This one's out toward right. Cole has to race back. He'll put it away for the 3rd out. So J.C. Ramirez comes in and closes the door on the Dodgers. We head to the 5th. Top of the order coming up. Angels still up. Calling all Angel fans and runners, join us on Saturday, April 22nd at Angel Stadium for the Angels 5K and Family Fun Run presented by St. Joseph Hoag Health, benefiting the Angels Baseball Foundation. All participants will receive a T-shirt, finisher's medal, and a ticket voucher good for a select 2017 Angels home game. Register today at angels.com/5K. Stephen Geltz takes over on the mound, second appearance of the Freeway Series for the non-roster invitee. The Rays last year, 27 games, 0-2 record, a 5.74 ERA for the one-time Angel.
Pinch hitter number 25, Ben Revere.
Ben Revere pinch hitting for Yunel Escobar to lead things off. Revere got out of the game last night defensively, ended up getting one at bat, went 0 for 1. Just terrific numbers throughout the spring.
Looks like more like the player that we saw back in 2014 with the Phillies, where he led the National League in hits, had a 306 batting average. There's that slight little hitch, and the pitcher is going to deliver the baseball, but still very quick with the bat to get it through the zone so well to hit the ball hard.
53 at bats this spring. Sit over 400.
A very valuable part of this team. Watching that batting average. A lot of those hits going the other way also. Go back to that little hitch he has. Timing mechanism, bringing those elbows together, then the hitch, and then through the baseball so well. The path he creates. Still, you have to be super quick to be able to do all that movement and still make good contact.
Not quite the Joe Morgan elbow twitch. Good coverage at the plate, good speed. Just got a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive. Calhoun's on deck. Trout to follow.
Might be pretty close to their last at-bats too, I would imagine.
Really the type of player, a pesky hitter that spoils pitches, especially when behind at the count.
Ones that frustrate you when you're on the mound. You're thinking you're making a perfect pitch, and he's just fouling it off, fouling it off. Eventually, as a pitcher, you know you're going to make a mistake during that sequence of pitches. He's worked himself to a full count here. He's already seen 8 pitches in this at bat. Very good at bat for Ben Revere. Like you mentioned, Victor, you've seen that a lot this spring.
Lifted out toward left center field. Jock Peterson calling for it. One away.
Right fielder, Cole Calhoun.
I've seen quite a few pitches here. See that timing mechanism, the little hitch he's going to have. This got underneath that one too. Still looking to go the other way, trying to hit a line drive. Ben Revere is the type of hitter you want to see him hit the ball on the ground or on the line. Anything in the air, not quite the at bat, as you can see the frustration going back in there. If they're a quality at bat, seeing a lot of pitches.
9 total pitches for Revere throughout that plate appearance. Cole 0 for 1. Pardon me, 1 for 2 in the hole at 0-1. Hails with 5 hits. The Dodgers with 7.
Played with a guy, Tom Goodwin, who had tremendous speed. Kansas City played with the Dodgers also. Now I think first base coach with the New York Mets. But what he did, when Hal McRae was the manager, he always said he wanted him to hit the ball on the ground. Anything in the air, even if it was a home run, he was going to take him out of the game. Because you want to make sure you utilize that speed and hit the ball on the ground or on the line and put that defense in stress mode because of that speed he has.
Had that Willie Mays Hayes thing going, huh?
Yes. But he was one of the quickest runners I've ever seen. Anything on the ground, every infielder, whether it was at the second baseman, certainly if you're a third baseman or shortstop, there was a lot of stress as far as getting rid of it as quick as possible. Trout puts a lot of stress on infield, especially on that left side of the infield. Had a shift being put on against Trout here by the Dodgers against him.
Mike 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice in the first, struck out in the third.
Especially when you think about the Trout's line drive off the right center field wall, a shift being put on against him. Because he does stay back well and hits the ball hard the other way. The Astros are one of the clubs that had put the shift on against Trout in the past.
That's driven out toward right center field. Peterson racing back and at the track will haul it in. Terrific jump by Jock Peterson, robbing Trout of extra bases. Stephen Deltz has himself a 1-2-3 fifth.
Well hit by Trout, but Peterson, a very good fielder and center fielder himself, runs it down just in front of the wall.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
That's so cool right there.
Jose Alvarez on the mound. He replaces J.C. Ramirez, who closed out the 4th inning for Jesse Chavez. A lone lefty in the Angels' pen. Pitched in 64 games last season. 1-3 with a 3.45 ERA. He's got some new defenders. Entirely new outfield. Ben Revere stays in the game. He's in left. Eric Young Jr. replaces Mike Trout in center. And Shane Robinson takes over for Cole Calhoun at right. New third baseman Sherman Johnson replaces Yunel Escobar. And Carlos Perez behind the plate. Franklin Gutierrez pinch hitting for Andrew Tolles.
It's going to be a platoon situation out in left field for the Dodgers. Tolles and Gutierrez platooning lefty righties. Andre Ethier going to be out for a bit for the Dodgers. That's a good little two-seam fastball from Alvarez. Now you have him set up if you wanted to try that changeup. That same plane and drifted off the outside corner. Tried that little changeup away. It's a good sequence. If you're a left-handed pitcher against a right-handed batter, if you can paint that outside corner with a two-seam, you have him set up for a changeup, drifting away. Gutierrez did a nice job of not chasing that pitch.
2-2 out toward right. Shane Robinson back a couple of steps.
And my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels and for the Dodgers for that matter, that one last time, that last game of spring training, everyone trying to get their swings in, the timing in, makes plays in the field, pitchers getting their work in, and everyone trying to stay healthy before the regular season kicks in on Monday for both teams.
Seager with a couple of hits tonight, 2 for 2, 2 singles. A run scored. Pulls this one over to first, and Crone snags that one, robbing Seager of his 3rd hit of the night. 2 down.
I mentioned that even in spring training in Tempe, how well C.J. Crone has been fielding his position at first base. This ball was scalded by Seager. Under control, was able to field that one. Get up to the base to make the play. Talk about his swing in the opening, but his defense has been very solid so far too. He's going to get a lot of playing time at first base. It's played by C.J. Crone.
Turner looks at a strike. 2 for 2 with a home run. 2-run shot in the first and a single in the third. He'll hit this one off the end of the bat out toward left field. Revere can't get there. Will fall in for a 2-out single. Good pitch. Just got it off the end of the bat. Placed perfectly on his shallow left.
See that high leg kick, he has a little bit hitch on his swing, was out in front, was able to keep the bat back long enough.
He thought he was out.
Yeah, he thought he hit it hard enough to be able to drift it out towards Ben Revere.
Just missed outside on Adrian Gonzalez. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Able to hold up on the breaking ball. Gonzalez hits one off the end of the bat to right. Shane Robinson is there. Alvarez is done here in the 5th. We'll head to the 6th inning with the Angels still up 3-2.
It's 9 away from 600 for the machine.
Albert will bat this inning. Matter of fact, he will lead things off. He'll be followed by C.J. Cron and then Carlos Perez here in the 6th inning to face the 25-year-old Cuban Yasiel Sierra. Young man signing a 6-year, $30 million contract with the Dodgers in February of last year. 6-7 last season, a 5.89 ERA. Tryout down in Florida after defecting Cuba. That was in late 2015. Ended up inking that deal with the Dodgers. Sierra takes over for Geltz. Albert 1 for 2 with a home run and a fly ball to left. Couple of changes defensively for the Dodgers. Gutierrez stays in the game. He's in left field. Chris Taylor, the new shortstop. Eric Mejia, the new third baseman. Pujols sits one out to center field, and Jock Peterson comes in. Retires his buddy Albert. One away.
The Dodgers got to be real happy what they saw from Corey Seager today. Not a lot of at-bats. Hey, Roberts.
It's good to go.
Yeah, I would think so.
He rolls out of bed hitting.
Yeah, okay, I can pencil him in there in that lineup.
C.J. Cron, a fly ball to right and a fly ball to left.
Speaking of penciling in that starting lineup, Albert Pujols, that conversation early on in spring as usual. Everyone wondered if he's going to be ready to go. Well, he is definitely locked and ready to go.
Oh, 2. Way outside. Crone retired for out number 2.
Here with a pretty good pitch here too. Nice tight slider going down and away. Crone unable to make contact on that nasty breaking ball.
Carlos Perez comes up for his first plate appearance, taking over for Martin Maldonado.
C.J. Crone with the 3 at-bats tonight. 73 at-bats.
Wow.
Spring here. Always at the top of the list as far as plate appearances in spring training.
One. Broken bat roller to short. Taylor has it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Sierra. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels still on top. Up by the score of 3-2. A couple of changes. We'll get to those momentarily as we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. And from center field, we welcome in Billy Upler. Actually, you're not in center field. You're standing next to us, but the camera's out there anyway.
Absolutely.
And the lighting looks good on you right now.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, can we dim these a little bit, please?
Are you just about ready for spring training to be done with?
Yeah, let's get out.
All
let's go. Let's get going. Enough dress rehearsals. Let's do it.
Is it too long of a spring training for you? Or, I mean, obviously this year with the WBC, it's a little different.
Yeah, I mean, there's always so many things to do, and you know, I try to embrace that time when we're there. You know, that's the only time we're going to have all of our affiliates there, all of our minor league guys, all of our staff, all of our major league personnel. I mean, it's it's a big family reunion basically, and so you want to use those days to your advantage.
Andrew Bailey's on the mound, and a lot of new faces on the Angels. Andrew Bailey's a guy familiar because he finished the season last year, but going out and bringing him back to add to some of the arms you were able to acquire, it's got to be nice to kind of put your stamp on the ball club and on the organization now.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of these were brought up because of the circumstances, and we were able to go out and address certain areas and left and second and on the mound and try to get a little creative with some of the usage of some guys in the bullpen and bring in a lot of guys that we felt that were flexible. And what we meant by that was guys that could start, relieve, and obviously another good type of flexibility is guys that can go up and down because we know we're going to use an assortment of pitchers over the course of the season. That's just our reality.
So, Bill, you talked a lot about also about defensive metrics. So you've seen this on display this entire spring and even here in the series against the Dodgers. How important is that defense, not only for the club but the pitching staff? They can be more aggressive in the zone, but that defensive metrics, that's something you wanted to address.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, going out and kind of grabbing Martin Maldonado early and kind of starting with, what I always consider the quarterback, of the team is that catching position, because he's so, he's responsible for 12 other pitchers. And so, he bringing him in and being able to get somebody there that can help our pitchers, help through a game plan, and then address things. I mean, obviously with Simba last year and now grabbing Danny Espinosa, and then Cam in left with Ben out there and Mike and Cole. I mean, you really up the middle and then in the outfield, which is spacious, we should be able to convert some balls and play into outs.
I would imagine going into an offseason, there's a plan A, plan B, plan C, and it all depends on all the dominoes and making sure that they all fall the way you'd like for them to come out as far as plan A is concerned. Where would you say things played out for you this offseason and what you're seeing now?
I mean, things fell right in a lot of places. We had some needs and we're able to address those, some of them early, and then being opportunistic, getting an opportunity for our owner, Artie Moreno, to reach into his pockets a little bit and grab us a Luis Valbuena when it wasn't a specific need at that moment in time as far as filling out a lineup, but it was a chance to improve the club. It was a chance to bring someone in left-handed that gets on base, that can impact the baseball, so on and so forth. So being opportunistic, but also being able to address needs as it came this winter was put us in a good position.
Yeah, last year you had a lot of guys you talked about putting the ball in play, making contact. Now you have guys doing that, but now you have speed in there. And we've seen that a lot in spring. A lot of stolen bases, a lot of first and thirds, even stealing of home. Does that all come into play as you finally have those athletes that allow you to do so?
Absolutely. I mean, looking to score runs any which way we can. Sometimes, in grabbing like a Danny Espinosa, for example, I mean, we know that there's a high power output there. And that's an opportunity to score some runs in some bunches and hang another crooked number with C.J. Cron or Albert Pujols or Valbuena or Jeffrey Marte if he's in there, and obviously Trout and Calhoun and Espinosa. There's some power, right? There's some guys that can stand in the middle of the ring and throw some bigger punches. But also with the speed and with the contact, we can go first to third, or we can score from first on a double. And so looking for other ways to score, I'm all for it.
How do you assess the American League West as a whole? Obviously, Texas had a terrific season last year. Houston seems to have kind of added some pieces to their ball club. Seattle has done the same thing. It's never ending with Seattle, it seems like, as far as adding players.
Right.
But when you look at the American League West, how do you see the season shaking out? And I mean, it seems like Gooby talks about it all the time. Deepest, best division in baseball. Would you go that far?
Yeah. I mean, it feels that way. I mean, it always feels that way when you're on the ground floor too. I mean, this is the division that we're playing in. These are our circumstances. And it's funny because I was talking to a national writer, and he said, if I go out and talk to every GM, they always think their division might be the toughest. But I will tell you that this is a very deep division. It feels that way. I had a couple other general managers that were outside of our division tell me, you could make a case for just about anybody winning that division. And so that's what we're hoping to do. But, one day at a time here. Let's just win, play today, win today.
Yeah, and health is always a big issue. And then you got to feel real good about what you've seen from Garrett Richards. You saw from Matt Shoemaker coming back, Tyler Skaggs. Health is so important if you're going to be competitive and have a chance to win that division.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the more times that we can put the same names in the lineup card or put the same names in the rotation and kind of take those turns, I think the better off we're going to be.
And you mentioned that depth in the bullpen now, because you have some starters that are going to be limited on the pitch counts and maybe even innings, as you talked about before, even in spring training. That now you have guys like a J.C. Ramirez, the guys down there, or Bud Norris, that can give you some length out of the bullpen. We didn't see that a lot last year. A lot of one-inning guys. Now you have length.
Absolutely, and you know, we haven't written specific prescriptions for starting pitchers as far as, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to limit this, we're going to do that. I think there's just a mindfulness that if we want to go to our bullpen earlier, we have the opportunity to do that and not feel like we're going to completely gas everybody, because we are able to run a guy out there that can get 5 outs, 6 outs, 7 outs, 9 outs. That just adds to the flexibility that we've wanted to really build into our staff here.
Well, Billy, I think you've pretty much covered everything. If you'd like to do some play-by-play,
I got no chance.
No chance?
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Barely come set.
Runners on the move.
I'm gonna call that like a 1-9-2 and my like a scouting mind on the tag
We're
time
thinking
there.
about the release times.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking about.
The last game of spring here. You know, the guys just want to get their work in, but you also, as a general manager, you want to make sure all those guys are ready to roll and get on that plane come tomorrow to go up to Oakland and start well. I mean, how important is that to get that off to that big start in the month of April? Everyone always talks about April, well, you know, September games, but April, very important.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sets the tone. It kind of sets the vibe, and it's good to get off to a good start, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we're mindful of that, and guys are excited and getting ready to go, and you know, we'll see what the next month brings, but there's a lot of optimism and there's a lot of enthusiasm, you know, kind of permeating in that clubhouse now.
Peterson ripping one out to straightaway center field, and that is gone. A 2-run home run for Jock Peterson, and the Dodgers have taken a 4-3 lead here in the 6th.
Hey, Billy, we were talking about in spring training, just the group of guys you put together. Is that something as a general manager you try to think in terms of personalities? Guys are going to be good teammates when you put it together. Because, I mean, I'll tell you what, just being around these guys, I mean, they are absolutely having a blast together. They know what's at stake. They know they want to get to the postseason, but being around these guys, they're having a lot of fun together.
Yeah, we do. We do take that into consideration. We're mindful of the character and you know, kind of this little saying that I kind of caught wind of in spring training was make your teammate more significant than you. You know, and I think we have guys in that clubhouse that feel that way. And you know, also maintaining a focus on this process and not worried about where are we in September. Just, you know, like I said earlier, we play today, we win today, and that's it. And let's focus more on, are we able to execute our pitches? Are we making good decisions in the batter box? Are we playing fundamentally sound defense? Are we throwing to the right bases? Are we doing the right things all the time? And if we're obsessed with that, then the results are going to follow.
Well, we're going to let you go, man.
Okay.
I know it's been a long spring training for you, and you're probably at the head of the line as far as wanting to get this thing started after putting it together in the offseason to finally ring that bell on Monday and crank this 162-game schedule.
Yeah, that's right. Pressure's a privilege.
That's it.
So here we go.
That's
You've
what
had
they
a smile
say.
on your face quite a bit here in spring. You got to feel real good about this team and what they're going to be able to try to accomplish this year.
I do. So we'll be with you guys every step of the way. All right.
There you go. Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us up here.
All right.
Next time, I'm sure Gooby would be so kind to give you his seat. He said only he could sit there, but that's why we had to stand. So
It's okay. No problem.
blame him.
Blame it on me as always. And why wouldn't you?
That's right. That's right.
Thanks a
All
lot,
right.
Billy.
Good to
Appreciate
catch
it.
up with you guys. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Charles Nagy on the horn. Andrew Bailey struggling here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Peterson hitting that home run after Bailey had thrown 7 consecutive balls. Peterson just sitting on a fastball, and he got it for that home run. And then now just a cue shot base hit by Yasiel Puig. So the 6th continues here. It's DJ Peters pinch running for Yasiel Puig at first. Austin Barnes 0 for 2. A couple of fly ball outs. I mean, you could just tell in the you've talked to him off air, obviously, with Billy, and just the excitement that he has And it's, you know, you take over an organization and you want to institute as much of your philosophy and your thinking and your guys joining you, and so that it just funnels through from the big leagues, from the home office all the way down to the lowest level of the minor leagues. And sometimes it takes a little while, but he had the carte blanche. It seemed like this offseason to change things and mold it in his way. And like you said, it seems like he got plan A pretty much.
You're exactly right on that, Victor. When he takes over the job as general manager, the consensus around baseball that the minor league system for the Angels, the bottom as far as the rank. There's no sugarcoating that. Everyone knew that. Starting to build the farm system up. And then to be able to supplement players like get a Danny Espinosa to be able to play second base. Just 2 years ago when he was playing every day at second base for the Nationals, just one error. And that's at over 377 total chances. An outstanding defender, one of the strongest arms. You have an incredible arm at short, incredible arm at second, so you're going to get a lot of double plays, prevent big innings against you. Then you get Cameron Maven, Ben Revere, Martin Maldonado behind the plate. All while not sacrificing, still trying to build your farm system.
Right.
And there's some pretty good players in the lower level of the farm system now. We saw a number of them on display in Tempe. See those games played at career-wise at second base for Espinosa, 522. He is a very good defender. Saw that double play turn today.
Command just a little bit off for Andrew tonight.
That's one thing we even in Tempe saw from Andrew Bailey. We didn't see that a lot last year in September. Just trying to get a feel for more consistent, even when we talked to him the other day, be more consistent with strikes and then expand when ahead of the count. It's tough to expand when you're behind in the count. You're forced more so in the middle of the plate.
Peters was on the move there. Little stutter step. Halos have action at their bullpen with Jose Valdez getting ready. Peters on the move. The pitch is a strike to throw down to second. Short hops. Espinosa hits Peters. And it stays close by. So the second out is recorded here in the 6th inning.
It's a pretty big jump, quick jump for Peters for that baseball's delivered. Not a whole lot that Carlos Perez can do. Low throw, but still try to be so quick on the transfer to throw to second as Espinosa tried to scoop it and apply the tag, but that was really on Andrew Bailey as a pitching change is going to be made by Mike Socha as Andrew Bailey now out of the game for the Angels. They trail 4-3 here in the 6th. Andrew Bailey. Good power fastball from Valdez. 2-3 mark last season with the Angels in 25 games. 4.24 ERA. 22 punch-outs in 23 in the third. But the 16 walks, one thing he has done for the most part in spring. A lot more strikes, especially early in camp. Very, very effective. Stuck a little bit towards the end. Power fastball going along with his split. And breaking ball for Jose Valdez.
I remember when he first got to the Angels last year after coming over for the Tigers, the Angels purchasing his contract. He was at 110 miles per hour trying to rush everything up there as hard as possible. And he's got a terrific arm, but obviously very erratic. But he is has been able to kind of slow things down, get back on track. Here's Franklin Gutierrez with a man at second. 2 outs. First one's in for a strike. Gutierrez pinch hit in the fifth and hit a fly ball to right, so he's 0 for 1.
Yeah, you mentioned that slowing down a little bit. He has made an adjustment in his mechanics where that way he's not violent in his delivery. More compact. Allows him to be more consistent in the strike zone.
This one's hit towards third. Ray Navarro with a nice little pick. Robs Gutierrez of a base hit and a potential RBI, but the Dodgers retake the lead on Jock Peterson's 2-run blast. We'll head to the 7th. 4-3 Dodgers. Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. Beautiful night for baseball here in Los Angeles. The rubber game of the Freeway Series and last action of the Cactus League schedule before opening day on Monday. They're just as excited as we are for the regular season to begin on Monday.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, that's what we were doing in the booth. Bruno Mars was playing here in the speakers.
Yeah.
Maybe next season we can have the in-camera booth on all the time.
That would be perfect.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, yes, it would be good.
And Navarro facing Sierra, who pitched last inning.
Well, it would be entertaining, that's for sure.
Oh, man. Might have to be a pay-per-view channel, though. Navarro, then Espinoza, Eric Young Jr., the bottom third of the order for the Angels here in the 7th. Willie Calhoun is the new second baseman for the Dodgers. Scott Van Slyke, the new center fielder. This is ripped into right field, and that's going to go to the wall. Peters chasing it down. Navarro is in at second with a leadoff double.
Billy Upman was talking about depth. That's certainly one of those type players. Ray Navarro has been in the big leagues before.
Number 3, Danny Espinosa.
Real good swing on this pitch. Off-speed pitch, stayed back on the well, lines it right down in that right field corner.
Oh, it's a jump off of the bat, didn't it?
And he stayed back on it so well to be able to get the barrel of the bat and hooked it right down in the corner.
Here's Espinosa. Danny's 0 for 2 with an RBI. Bouncer back to the mound. Sierra's got it. Looks Navarro back. Retires Espinosa for the first out.
Fielder number 8, Eric Young Jr.
Saw a lot from Eric Young Jr. getting quite a few at bats in spring himself. Has really tried to work that bunt, whether a push bunt or drag bunt.
Took over at center field for Trout. Batting in the number 9 spot. Two balls, no strikes, and the man at second. The tying run. Rolled foul.
Alfredo Griffin ready for the regular season now with that play.
He's back.
Yes, he is.
Gary DiSarcina moving from the Angels to Boston, and that is one excited kid.
That's cool.
He's out of his mind right now.
Yes. Oh, that's great.
Two balls, two strikes.
Oh, what a smile. How happy. Major League Baseball. Alfredo Griffin.
Yeah, he's doing the wave.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanking him so much.
Two down.
And after Alfredo Griffin makes the play on that ground ball, flips the ball right over the young fan. How excited. That's amazing.
And the young man and the Angel have behind him going, what? Wait a second, what's going on?
Oh, Alfredo might have changed him into an Angel fan now.
I've got the Angel hat on. Slightly different motions as far as doing the wave, right?
Yeah.
Ben Revere looks at a strike. 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center. No balls, two strikes. This kid Sierra, nice loose arm. Ball seems to kind of get to the plate.
He's got a good fastball, but his off-speed pitch is very good. Same arm angle, same arm slot. Let's throw that breaking ball underneath the hand of left-handed batters. Bounce it. That back foot.
Sierra spent some time at A-ball and Double-A last year.
Trying the exact same slider down and in on that back foot.
Two count, 2 outs, and a man at second. Angels down by a run. Revere hits this one toward the hole. It's short. That's a really nice play by Chris Taylor, the shortstop, on the backhand. A quick release to get Revere as the Angels are done here in the 7th. Stretch time at Dodger Stadium. 4-3 Dodgers. Jose Valdez, who finished off the 6th inning, back out on the bump. New second baseman behind him. Cliff Pennington takes over for Danny Espinosa. Chris Taylor, the shortstop, who made a fine play to finish off the top of the inning, leads things off.
Yeah, you're right. He had to be super quick on the transfer. Got rid of that baseball quickly, especially with Revere running, and he had to do it on the backhand. Long throw across the diamond to finish off the inning.
One. That's in there for a strike. This one's towards short. Navarro throws out Taylor, and there's the first out. Hey, follow Angels Baseball live with MLB.com at bat. Mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. 1 out here in the 7th, and here is Eric Mejia, the third baseman. Push bunt and actually deadened it out in front of the plate. That's play by Carlos Perez.
Good communication right away. Calling off Valdez, and he was going to make the play much easier play as you're going forward as the catcher as compared to the pitcher coming in on the baseball and a tougher throw. Hand up there to make sure he's going to make the play, quickly gets rid of it. Perfect throw to first base by Carlos Perez.
Yeah, if Mejia gets that ball down the third baseline, infield knock.
He's got tremendous speed.
Yeah, he does. We
Well
saw
done
it on
by
display
Carlos.
at Angel Stadium with the double. Both starting first basemen still in the game. Gonzalez for the Dodgers. C.J. Cron over at first for the Angels. Bouncer to first. Cron's got it. Valdez with a 1-2-3 7th. We will head to the 8th. The Angels down a run.
The Angels 4-3. I'm Patrick O'Neill, public service announcement. Stick around after the game for Angels Live. I got Jose Mota. He's going to fill out the final roster. Who's going to get that final bullpen spot for the Halos? And also Cameron Maben. I mean, he's been a center fielder his whole career, but looking good in left field so far this spring. Very effective tonight. And I also spoke with Jesse Chavez. He said he was a little side to side tonight. Market Victor, and he was making those at-bats last longer than he wanted to, but first time he's pitched at night this spring. He said that was a little bit of an adjustment, but he's going to get back to work and he's going to be ready to rock, just like you guys are ready to rock on this 2017 season starting Monday. I'll see you for the home opener, guys.
Oh, Patrick, got the energy working.
Oh,
yeah, we are ready to rock.
And we're always going side to side. Madison Youngner on the mound for the Dodgers, taking over for Yasiel Sierra. South Carolina native, making his major league debut with the Atlanta Braves last year. Pitched in 8 games. That first fastball's in there for a strike. 7th round pick of the Boston Red Sox back in 2009 at a high school in Malden, South Carolina. Speaking of South Carolina, a valiant effort by the Gamecocks. They went down to Gonzaga.
Yes, indeed. Final Four set. I mean, the championship game now set. North Carolina, Gonzaga.
Robinson, Johnson, and Pujols here in the 8th inning for the Angels. Assuming Albert is still in the ballpark. This one's hit to short. Taylor's got it. Low throw, and nice play by Van Slyke.
Look at that go from center field to first base and test it right away on a short hop at first. A low throw. And we keep the foot on the base and avoid contact with Shane Robinson going down the line.
Sherman Johnson, first plate appearance for him.
.300 batting average this spring for Johnson.
Younger last year pitched at Double-A, Triple-A, 46 games, all in relief. Combined to have an ERA of .402. Signing as a minor league free agent this offseason with the Dodgers. Now it misses outside. Johnson works the walk, and Flores will step up and pinch hit for Albert.
Number 33, Ramon Flores.
Johnson with 2 stolen bases this spring. Good speed. Might be on the move right away.
No balls and a strike. Flores, a .296 average this spring, 18 games. On double, 4 RBIs. Halos have the off day tomorrow. They will travel up to Northern California late tomorrow afternoon. Kick things off with the Oakland A's on Monday night. Rick in Alaska making the opening day start. Kendall Graveman going for Oakland.
Power sinker for Graveman. A lot of ground balls.
Popped up behind the plate, but it'll find its place in the seats.
Ron Renicky really has done a nice job as far as how aggressive this team has been running. Important, he's trying to get a read for the pitchers, their times to the plate, for Mike Sosa to relay that in there. The conversations as far as they've had a real good success rate as far as double steals. Like Sherman Johnson was on the move there with the sign being given to by Ron Renick. A bit stumble a little bit and stop. Big lead.
Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good count to go right now, anticipating the fastball. Flores can hit that ball on the ground. Johnson on the move, he's to be able to go first to third.
Full count. TJ Crone's on deck. The Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning look like they will feature Deolis Guerra on the mound. Jose Valdez, nice job for an inning and a third. Johnson on the move. Flores a swing and a miss, and throw down, and it's not in time. Stolen base for Sherman Johnson. He's in scoring position with 2 outs.
A good jump on that one. See how quick he is. Able to slide in and get into scoring position for CJ Crone now. 2 more stolen bases, 53 on the spring for the Angels.
CJ tonight 0 for 3 with a couple of fly ball outs and a strikeout. Ground ball to third. Mejia's got it. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Angels still down a run. Four to 3. Angels have a new pitcher on the mound. It's Deolis Guerra taking over for Jose Valdez. Last season, 44 games, 3-0, mark a 3.21 ERA. Guerra so far this spring has pitched in 7 games. No record, a 7.71 earned run average, 7 innings, 9 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He'll face Scott Van Slyke to lead things off. Matt Williams takes over at third base for the Angels, and Sherman Johnson moves across the diamond to first base. So C.J. Cron no longer in the game. All starters are gone. First plate appearance for Van Slyke, took over for Peterson at center before shifting to first base. Broken bat, rolling to short. The barrel ends up just beyond the third base coach's box. Chris Woodward, Dodger third base coach, has to pick it up.
Viola Scarra threw the ball very well. Another really good quality pitch here. All speed out in front. Shatters the bat. The hand of the bat left, the barrel all the way down there towards the third base coaching box.
Chase Utley up for his second plate appearance. Walked, stole a base, and scored in the sixth. Paper airplane making its way from the upper deck onto the field, and it's a fair ball.
It's on the field of play. Great change up there from Guerra. That boy gets booed for that. Pretty good pitch, good curveball.
Utley hits one out toward left center field. This might split the outfielders. No, Eric Young Jr. will snow cone catch. Able to track it down. He was shading Utley to pole out in right center.
Boy, great closing speed to be able to run that one down. Off the bat from our vantage point, look, for sure that was going to fall in the left center field in that gap. See how far he's got to go, Eric Young Jr. Quick speed, he's able to hold on to that baseball. Into the glove. A snow cone action.
Oh, take some sprinkles with that. Really pulls it foul. So good.
Another real good off-speed pitch by Guerra. When he goes straight over the top with his fastball, 90-92 range, but his changeup is excellent. That hand's going to be hurting a little bit on that one. That ball was hit pretty hard towards him.
Two balls and two strikes and 2 outs. Halos down 4-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. Jock Peterson's home run in the 6th, putting the Dodgers back on top. This is lifted foul. Down goes Calhoun, and we will head to the 9th inning with the Angels down a run. ninth inning, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher for the Dodgers here momentarily. Hey, on FS1, baseball is back, and the New York Yankees are looking to recapture the pinstripe pride with last year's hottest rookie, Gary Sanchez, as they take on Evan Longoria and the Tampa Bay Rays. Don't miss the action Wednesday at 3 Pacific on FS1. Left-hander Michael Johnson takes over on the mound. 26-year-old. Former 14th round pick of the Dodgers in 2013.
An Ivy Leaguer.
Dartmouth. Must be a big Brad Ausmus fan. Will Smith is the new catcher. Carlos Perez foul tips the first one.
Tried to tie it up with that swing.
Carlos lifts one out to right field. Peters is there. One down. And listen up, Halo fans. If you can't catch Angels games on your TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports West and the Angels with you wherever you go.
Quite a few Angel fans here at Dodger Stadium tonight.
39,000 plus in attendance to wrap up this Freeway Series. Ray Navarro up. A leadoff double in the seventh, so he's 1 for 1.
They're batting from the left side, that last at bat. And move it over the right side against the lefty.
Shallow right field will fall in to Navarro with a couple of hits.
Second baseman number 7, Cliff Pennington.
Let's put that one in play, going the other way. Flares it into the right field out there. The rockety hit down in the right field corner when he was batting left-handed.
Pennington for his first plate appearance. Busy man this spring, filling in for Simmons at short. One ball, one strike.
Cliff Pennington will get a lot of playing time in shortstop, spelling Simmons on occasion. Espinoza at second, plays some third base also for Cliff Pennington.
Count evened up. 2 balls. Pardon me, it's a 2-1 count. Three and 1. There's Tony Sanchez on deck. So she's trying to give him one more at bat. And he'll get a plate appearance here. As Pennington works the walk.
Pitcher number 59, Tony Sanchez.
Two on and 1 out. Down by a run here in the 9th.
.310 batting average in spring for Sanchez.
Johnson can't find the strike zone. Pitched last year at Double-A, 2-2 mark, a 3.81 ERA, 46 games on in relief. He had a 1.571 whip. Walks and hits divided by innings pitched. Gave up 65 hits and 56 and 2/3 innings. He walked 24.
Some base runners.
Yeah. Sanchez late on that one. One and 2.
After the fastball followed up with an off-speed pitch. Sanchez out in front.
Ben Revere is the man on deck. This was pulled to left field, a base hit. It'll tie this game up. Pennington's on his way to third. And Sanchez ends up at second base. A 4-4 game here in the 9th.
And Sanchez continues his hot spring. Mentioned .310 batting average. Go up now for that RBI single. Pitch a drifted middle part of the plate. Sanchez did a nice job of keeping his hands quiet through the zone. Barreled up on that one into left field. Gutierrez had a tough time when he got to that baseball. Allows Sanchez to get into scoring position himself. Forcing the infield in here now for the Dodgers with Ben Revere at the plate.
Revere 0 for 2. Oh, someone missed a squeeze sign. Oh, bad throw. And Pennington is still called out. That is
Mike Sosa's going to see some
though.
interference because there was contact made. Pennington's going there anticipating a suicide squeeze being put on. See that contact being made there before the baseball is at the catcher.
you should be allowed to make contact with a runner, especially without a baseball. Clearly, Mike didn't like the explanation he just got.
And being able to talk to Cliff Pennington about which player missed the sign, either Cliff or Ben Revere. There cannot be any contact made with the runner with a defender if he does not have the baseball on him when it comes to a rundown.
It was a bad throw to begin with. But a pretty heads-up play to find that ball and to get it to the plate. So 2 outs and a man at third. Revere with a 1-0 count. Infield back at normal depth now with 2 outs. Breaking ball in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
These are the situations throughout spring with Ben Revere did a nice job as far as hitting that ball the other way. It's going to get pitched away here.
Dribble a foul, going with an off-speed pitch. They're still even up at 2-2 with 2 outs. The Angels tying things up. A single by Sanchez. The 2-2. Revere flips one out to left field. And that'll do it for the Angels. Gutierrez puts it away, but the Angels do tie it up. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth in a 4-4 game. And if no runs are scored here at the bottom of the ninth, the game will end in a tie. There will be no extra innings. All pitchers have been exhausted, and it's the last game, and it's meaningless. Getting ready for the regular season. So everyone gets to go home. But Mike Scioscia is still not certain that the explanation that he got on that play is going to suffice. But, going back to the botched squeeze play. Watch the throw by Mejia. He loses the handle. Pennington doesn't know that. And you see Barnes coming forward to get that ball because he saw the ball was, kind of slipped out of the hand.
Yeah, there's a couple things coming into play. The contact with the defender before the baseball's there, and the blocking of home plate before having the baseball in his glove.
Drew Gagnon is the reliever. Those numbers between AA and AAA last year. Second appearance for him of the Freeway Series. DJ Peters will lead things off.
Gagnon with a good slider.
Cody Bellinger, first baseman's on deck. Bouncer to short. Varro's got it. One out.
First baseman, number 61.
Stick around after the game because prior to Angels Live post game, Jose Mota is going to chat with Mike Scioscia and more than likely ask him about that play. Or at least now he has no pressure to ask him since I teed him up for it.
Exactly.
There's Cody Bellinger. Swing and a miss. One ball, one strike. Bellinger, the son of former Yankee Clay Bellinger. A lot of thunder in his stick.
Did a nice job last night as far as staying back on that all-speed pitch, hit through the shift last night in Angel Stadium.
Three-one count. Grew up playing a lot of outfield, but he's played some first base, swing guy. And it's a walk. So Franklin Gutierrez will come to the plate now with the winning run standing at first base.
Number 28, Franklin Gutierrez.
Franklin's 0 for 2 with a fly to right and a ground ball to short.
Pretty healthy swing there from Gutierrez.
Trying to end it with one swing.
Part of that platoon in left field to start the season for the Dodgers.
1-2.
That's a real good changeup.
Fouled off. Halos tying things up at the top of the 9th inning. No extra innings being played tonight. Dodgers will open up their home schedule in regular season on Monday. 4-game series against the Padres. Gutierrez lines one up the middle. It's a base hit. Bellinger will stop at second. So 2 on and 1 out now.
Shortstop number 3, Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor, the batter. Got 3 games to start. 3 games tomorrow?
3 games tomorrow.
Yankees, Rays, Giants, Diamondbacks, Cubs, Cardinals. And we're off. Taylor is swinging a miss. Last year, the Angels played the Freeway Series Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then they had an exhibition game
With the Cubs.
against the Chicago Cubs on Sunday before starting the regular season with the Cubbies.
Jake Arrieta was on the mound for the Cubs opening
Remember
day.
it well.
Yes.
The Angels certainly got a preview of what the Cubs would feature in 2016.
Certainly wasn't easy for him. He had to come back from a 3-1 deficit in the World Series. And he had to come back in Game 4 against the San Francisco Giants.
Two. Full count. Eric Mejia is on deck, a speedy infielder. Now that wouldn't surprise me at all if he came to the plate. The base loaded, a squeeze situation. 3-2. Taylor strikes out, swinging 2 down. Good breaking ball from Kenyon.
You gotta have a lot of confidence to be able to throw that on a 3-2 pitch. All speed, out of the zone, unable to make contact. Nice job by Carlos Perez.
Number 0, Eric Mejia.
Ground ball to first base should do it. And it does. This game ends in a 4-4 tie. So the rubber game of the series goes to nobody. It's a draw.
Certainly some positive. Albert Pujols with a mammoth 2-run home run. Jesse Chavez threw the ball well, got the work in that he needed to. Shot by J.C. Ramirez. Jose Valdez. Jose Alvarez also out of the bullpen.
Off day tomorrow. The Angels travel to Northern California, kick off the regular season on Monday night at the Coliseum in Oakland. And we'll see what happens, what 2017 has in store for the Angels.
I'm looking forward to it. You can see the excitement. Billy Appler said it best. His team is really ready to go.
Billy's ready to go, and I'm sure Mike Scioscia's ready to go, including the coaching staff. It's been a long spring training for everybody.
Yeah, a few extra days with the World Baseball Classic. A lot of games.
A lot of positive things. We'll see what the Angels will feature on Monday with Ricky Nolasco facing Kendall Graveman to kick off the regular season. Jose Mota and Patrick O'Neill will have Angels Live post-game, but before that, we'll go down to the field because Jose's going to talk with the skipper, Mike Scioscia. Jose.
Thanks, Victor. Well, Mike, February 14th, tell me the process, what it was like, and how satisfied are you with the product that's ready to break here?
Well, we're ready, Jose. We have a couple guys a little behind, as we talked about, Valbuena, and now Skaggs is caught up, and he'll take his turn in rotation. But all in all, we had a great spring training. We feel our guys are ready, and our rotation looks like it's coming together. Going to pay a lot of attention to our bullpen, but we have some good arms there, so we're ready to go.
The process of announcing your roster, I know there's going to be some tough conversations. Is it the way you expected, meaning that it's going to be some tough conversations here at the end?
Well, we expected it all along there were going to be tough conversations, and there were. We have a lot of guys that are on our depth chart that are not going to be with us here, so it makes us a stronger club, and for some guys, they're going to have to wait for an opportunity.
Talk about what this last series could do in terms of projection for your rotation. Jesse Chavez today in particular, what you saw from him.
Jesse's where he needs to be. He had one extra, and we had the option if something would slow down with some of our guys like Ricky or guys in the front end, he could move to the front end of the first series. But he'll pitch our home opener. He's ready to go, and it was a good tune-up for him tonight.
All throughout preseason, Mike, thank you so much for being there.
All right, Jose, thank you.
Some tough ones are heading here, so Mike Scioscia heading inside, talk to some players. Angels Live will be right after this. Patrick O'Neill will join me here on the field.